The following 3 minutes and 45 of footage that you are about to watch was recorded and simply caught by me, on May 15, 2022 at around 2:04.40 AM Eastern Time. Hello everyone, this is KingVector11, and welcome back to another Modders COD series episode, showcasing to you just how bad and how much worse modding can get and has gotten specifically in GTA Online to this day and beyond, to warn you of what you, as an innocent player, could be facing in public lobbies on especially the PC platform, with visual proof that I have to showcase to you in this episode and in more episodes to come in the following weeks. If you'd like to know more information in regards to how bad modding can get or has gotten, to how much worse it can get, or to simply even know how I format these videos, you can check out this part 1 rant video, link will be in the description. Even after the release of the BattlEye anti-cheat for PC players on September 17, 2024, mod menu developers have quickly found many bypasses, such as using an FSL tool to run GTA Online in offline mode by loading your online save data locally to allow players to continue modding. More information on this and how Rockstar secretly wants to allow modding to continue in GTA Online by giving a command to BattlEye to disable the anti-cheat when required to use third-party launchers, which is what mod developers have turned the mod menus into to play GTA Online with mods, can be found in part 2 of my modding rant video. Link will also be in the description below. Take-Two Interactive is also doing anything they can in their power to choose which mod menus must be taken down, such as the YIM menu for illegally obtained and reverse-engineered GTA 5 source codes. However, they are not doing anything against mod menus like Stand for these reasons. Does this mean Take-Two is illicitly doing business with select mod menu developers and turning a blind eye when paid enough in these illicit business dealings? Regardless of this case, I'm throwing both Rockstar and Take-Two under the bus for the continuation of modding in GTA Online, and as modding still continues to this day, this series will also continue. So stay tuned and be safe when crossing boundaries with these modders, because you will never know what's to come to you. To also back up how Rockstar Games generally supports modding, I have a friend who has reached out to me on Discord many weeks ago. This is already a couple of messages from our Discord DMs from already many weeks that I'm always showing near the beginning of this video, where long story short, I've known them for many years, and on that through GTA Online and on that main account that I've met them through, they have never touched a mod menu since I've met them, until at some point they have finally given up on being crashed 20 times a day, so they got themselves an alternative account, an alt account, and used mods on that mainly for the intention of protections. That account hasn't ever been touched by Rockstar in terms of suspensions or bans. However, for some reason their main account has been suspended, even though it has never touched a mod menu in its history, which I find is quite interesting. But of course, beyond this proof and even recent comments that I've also gotten supporting this statement, regardless if it was directly to this statement or in a similar case thereof, it's still quite interesting. Rockstar Games to this day supports modders in GTA Online. And I'm talking about the modders of GTA Online, not FiveM. Both servers, both games have their own servers. But anyways, to give context on how I came across supposedly what I was supposed to have 2 modders, but when I'm looking back at the proof and evidence, I don't really have anything strong to determine a second party having mods. All I did was just read text chat when I was in a session after I reopened the game after getting file crashed just moments before. So I guess this is like a part next of the previous episode, I suppose, of different players I've come across. And unfortunately, one member has exposed himself in chat. Of course, I've spoken many words during this footage, but the proof speaks for itself when you read the text chat with me whenever I read into it soon into this video, after giving context from the previous episode that I didn't expect to need to give context, but beyond that, There's going to be a lot of words you may hear. So here we have this modder, definitely at least this modder especially for today's episode, where we just have someone who's exposed themselves greatly, either through their own level or the fact that they've admitted to crashing someone's game. That's generally it. So here's the proof of what I have caught in this episode. Before I get into exposing two modders in the session, of course you could probably see them in the chat. Probably one of them left already. Of course, talking about bot menu and 6yx Sivas. Pretty much exposing herself, of course. Before I really expose why I believe they're a modder, or at least one of them, I just want to point out from last video, the modder that I have exposed on the last modder, which is a modder 143, the only reason why that they actually modded their vehicles with speed is strictly because this week is the free mode event challenge, so anyone will do anything just to win the quadruple rewards for this week. So of course people are going to go literally kilometers faster than the Peria, in which, by the way, the Peria, it's on its own, is pretty much the fastest car in the game. Anyone can say, oh no, it's the Cyclone, it's something else. By heart, the Peria always wins. I will quickly interrupt this stating this information may be outdated as of now when I'm uploading this on November 18th, but this video was recorded, of course, back a couple years ago, and therefore my information could have still been as accurate as it could be only back then. But now there's new vehicles that have released, new DLCs, new nerfs, and other game mechanic changes that Rockstar has done in between, so obviously this information may not be as accurate, but it's still pretty much one of the fastest cars in the game, if not even in the top 10 fastest in GTA Online. And I always recommend you guys get the Peria. It's the best vehicle to have early on if you must. It's one of the best, if I must say so. Alright, now, modder, bot menu, level 7002, max stats, show profile, May 8th, 2022, and today's May 15th, 2022. Of course, exposing yet again how Rockstar Games condones to modding, because modders still exist in GTA Online. Rockstar can do anything about saying, oh, suspend this dude because, oh, he's exposing our modders that we love in these sessions. Honestly, it's helpless. So yeah, just letting you guys know about that. Of course, I didn't really pay too much attention to the last video on as to why these people modded there. But then I realized when I came back into the session after I got file crashed in the game, or basically task crashed, where exe did not respond anymore, and I had to close it for good until I reopened it. I completely forgot when I came back into the game there was a announcement that said you can score triple rewards every 9 minutes. There's going to be a new free mode event on free mode events, and yeah. At least I got to explain that. Whoever is interested to see this episode from the last one, so I guess this is a continuation from the last modder, but just letting you guys know yet again, Rockstar Games condones to modding. There's nothing you can do about these modders. There is nothing anyone could do to Rockstar Games, because despite them making $2.5 million a day, they still have yet to develop services that actually protects players in their session. I'm gonna crash my game now. Bye bye. Wow. These people, they literally love exposing themselves on modding. Well, that's yet two modders that I caught personally in this video. So stay tuned for catching more modders with me, and seeing their names exposed by me, and being like, oh hey, look, more modders that exists in GTA Online now that we know who they are. What can we do about it? Nothing, because Rockstar Games supports modding. See you guys in the next episode. So again, I know it may not be the most exciting, action-packed video or modder cut of the Modders COD series. It's just someone who exposed themselves, and I was willing to expose them, generally, for what they admit to do anyways, especially how they are basically giving themselves a way of being who they are. I don't know what else they do to other players. I don't know what happens beyond that point or what happened prior, but as far as I'm concerned, just be careful, because especially if you do mess with them, they're going to admit to trying to crash your game. So I wish you luck and to be safe with this modder. Beyond that though, that's all I really have to showcase to you in regards to this Modders COD series, so if you wish to look away as of now, you may. If you wish to stay tuned for the rest of this video, I'll be going over the comments of the previous episode. As I put in my disclaimer, I will always reveal. So without further ado, I will go right into that. There is not that much to go through, by the way. So in regards to these comments of the previous episode, the majority of it quite confuses me, even though it's under the one reply, under one comments, many replies. There's only like really 8 replies as far as I'm concerned. So the first half I would like to reveal to you, first of all, is how someone has stated, I'm sure you realize that Rockstar can't do anything to these cheaters, right? They could, if they were willing to. That's the thing. We all want them to, but not one thing they can do. Yeah, they can. The other person responded they can wipe and ban the modders' accounts, but do they ever choose to? No, they're busy patching the money and outfit glitches. Exactly, generally, that's Rockstar in a nutshell for you. But that person responds, because there's no point, they patch money glitches for longevity. That's all. But I mean, sure, you may patch money glitches and modders are gonna still be in the game, so why not take care of the modders in GTA Online too, right? If they're quicker to patch money glitches than fixing and maintaining the remaining integrity of the game. So I said if Rockstar put their mind and effort and money into it, they could do anything if they were willing. Instead, they'd rather be busy counting their microtransactions and think about what's next on the GTA Plus menu, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate that I'm even thinking this way, but it's most likely what Rockstar is thinking at this point. I've yet to see Rockstar put more effort other than adding the anti-cheat with a command that disables it when a player runs necessary third-party launchers to run GTA Online. Responding to the other guy who made their own reply, I stated they're also busy with counting microtransactions and then realizing at some point if they don't make enough, they wonder why. Such as, oh, what's that? A new money glitch is being used? Let's patch it and flag and punish everyone we deem suspicious of performing this glitch due to having millions in their accounts. That, meanwhile, I think I must have said something in between, but I guess YouTube didn't capture it. Thanks, YouTube, once again. Meanwhile, modders are sailing free from any flags as Rockstar adds in an anti-cheat and wipes their hands thinking everything is settled now and leaves it at that. Definitely agreeing with that statement, though. But anyways, that person's like, what microtransactions? They shouldn't really have any for GTA shark cards. They're not needed anymore. They won't get rid of modders because modders made GTA better with 5M. The moment I saw 5M being brought up, I'm like, excuse me, GTA Online has no affiliation with GTA Online. 5M has no affiliation with GTA Online. Maybe Rockstar has affiliation now after they bought out the developers, so 5M has only some resemblance and affiliation to Rockstar, but not to GTA Online. GTA Online has its own Rockstar dedicated servers. 5M has their own dedicated servers, not respected to Rockstar's services. So then when I read that, I was thinking to myself, so I'm gonna make my comments, and I'm like, okay, now I get the logic. I'm mainly speaking about the modders as in the GTA Online modders, not the 5M developers, to be more clear on this. Last time I checked, GTA Online is not 5M, is not GTA Online, and when I made that comment, I was thinking to myself, does that mean if I bring this up, that means they're gonna bring up, I don't know, modders from Rainbow Six Siege and be like, oh, they have affiliation with something and like it's because of them that made GTA 5 active because they said, oh, screw this game, let's go to GTA 5 or something. Like, bring in the whole world to make some resemblance. That just doesn't really make too much sense. I don't get that. But anyways, that person's like, no, it's not, but uses the same menus, granted a little more in depth, but same menus as modders use, spawn in any item, spawn guns and NPCs, etc, etc. So if it's the same menu, okay, then I said this. So then in that case, why don't the mod developers prevent the use of these menus and claim responsibility from GTA Online and strictly keep it for use of either GTA 5 single player or 5M and not GTA Online? I'm sure it is possible if one puts their mind to it. May not be simple, but it'll be worth it in the end, and the players can rest and play GTA Online easier, knowing mod devs were more responsible with the work they put forward with these menus. I've still yet to receive a response beyond that point, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think I've said anything wrong. I don't think that person said anything wrong either. We're still discussing it even to this moment, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think I'm wrong in this. Like, if these mod developers were more responsible with their mod menus, we wouldn't have modding in GTA Online to begin with. But I mean, I guess they're allowing modding to happen if they're continuing to sell menus to this day that exceed beyond eligibility of bypassing the BattlEye, anti-cheat and whatnot to allow players to continue modding in GTA Online. So how does it really have anything to do with 5M? That's my question. As far as I'm concerned, no, that's all the comments that we really have to go over of the past episode. So in the end, that's all I really have to showcase to you. It's pretty much a very short episode. There wasn't that much to explain, not much to go through, and therefore I can rest easy knowing another modder was exposed. Could have been 2, but I don't remember what the second one did at this point. So, and it probably didn't bother me that much for me to even care that much. So maybe that's a modder that I'm letting slide for now, as I've made already many other modders slide, because obviously either hard drive space or I just didn't bother catching them, wanting to expose them, because whatever, if I really had to catch every single one of them, I would need a bigger hard drive to save all of this memory that I'm still trying my best to make space for to this moment. But as far as I'm concerned, that's all I have to showcase to you guys. That's another modder exposing themselves, generally. Many words that I've spoken in this episode, but that one modder who self-exposed themselves spoke more than I could explain in any given second possible. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one if you're interested. And of course, for whoever's coming across these episodes and through this series, be safe and be careful out there, because you never know who you come across. Thank you for watching, and be safe and have a good day. But especially, take care of yourself and be safe.